Joel and his team for just a great conference. And I also want to thank you all who have stayed in a very cold room for a long period of time and yet remained engaged and asked us great questions, and I think just really probed these issues that are so important today. And I think we learned a lot about comparative approaches, understanding the cultures that we work in, understanding, again, what different programs have been attempted. And again, I think this was just a very informative and excellent program, and I thank all the participants and Joel and his staff as well. And again, thank you for spending your whole day here. And yes, please fill out the evaluations. They're very important.
That was an interim comment by me. I'd like to thank Will again for hosting us here at the Wilson Center and for the partnership that we're building. Radha and I were talking during that last session about as you'll see, if you noticed in your agenda, we talked about having a closing session, but we feel like the series of panels we have were such a thorough discussion in their own ways, and yet left so much more for us to discuss, I think, and we hope this conversation continues. We're in discussions with our partners in INL about having a second innovation symposium next year, which would have a slightly different twist, but would engage similar sets of questions. And your presence here throughout the day, something that we've commented on to each other, in Washington, middle of the week, whole day attendance is extraordinarily rare, as many of you will know. It's a signal of the importance of the issues that we've been addressing. We take very seriously your presence, and really the engagement we've had throughout the day is exciting to us. The name of our center at the University of South Carolina is a point of some discussion. We're called the Rule of Law Collaborative because at the time we were founded 6 years ago, in order to have a center at a public university in the state of South Carolina, you need the approval of the Board of Trustees and the Commission of Higher Education in the state of South Carolina. It takes a long time. This fall, I had a series of meetings with the Board of Trustees and the Council on Higher Education, and they approved us becoming the Rule of Law Center. And we now have that approval, and I have no interest in changing the name because I think the name that we have is quite evocative of the kind of engagement that we seek. And to speak to a point that was made earlier, one of the things that I think distinguishes us at the University of South Carolina, and it's very important to those who've joined us in recent years from whether it's USIP or Steve, who's just joined us from the Republic of Georgia, and as we build out our program, is that we engage on our campus over 60 faculty associates from not only the traditional disciplines you might expect, whether it be law or political science or geography, but from fields as diverse as public health, the School of Medicine, the College of Social Work, from which you heard today Ben Roth, who spoke about his research on the CARSI program, research that he's doing as part of the Just Track grant. It will lead to a white paper, which will be published this fall in September, will be available on our website, and will be also featured in a newsletter, a quarterly newsletter that by your attendance here you will receive until you opt out, which we hope you don't do because it hopefully will keep you engaged in the upcoming events and also the research that we highlight and practitioner experience that we highlight. And that engagement across a range of disciplines speaks to our view, our very broad view of rule of law. When we talk about access to justice, we think of it as being every bit as important as access to education, access to potable water. These issues are all interconnected. And we have the benefit of having a Research One University with a president, a chairman of the Board of Trustees, and other important constituents who are fully committed to this very broad and fundamental vision of what we do. And Just Track is an important driver of that, and we're excited to have the partnership we've had with INL and to have ongoing events. And thank you for your participation. We hope to see you at future events. And again, we'll be in touch about them. We hope you'll spend time learning more about the work we do, and we hope to learn more about everything you've been doing. Thank you so much for a wonderful day.
Okay, I think we're done.
Good to see you.
That was great. That was great.
We are in a process that plays out where basically we spend time to decide everything for the coming year. We thought we had determined the topic for our symposium